button. I mean, you can't help but head bob, right? It's
I
just
guess
like,
it gives me a smile.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's your
there's
frozen
an
camera.
chair. There, my camera's frozen.
It's awesome. Matt, you look good.
I'm still in empty chair.
I gotta get the head bob in first before
Yeah.
we switch it.
Oh, that means dancing. That's good.
Am I still frozen, Emmy?
You are.
It'll be fixed in a second.
Oh, that's great.
It's
Hey,
easy
welcome
fix.
to the Pivot. I think we're unfrozen. We're a little late getting going because it's a podcast done from my former guest bedroom, and I don't even know if it's working.
You're on.
Am I on?
Is that coming through the computer?
Yeah.
There I am. I feel better about us being live now.
Who's calling?
Who's calling? It's not.
It's an unknown number.
Now my number's coming through the computer.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Well, welcome to the Pivot. We are brought to you by Vast Bank, as you can see.
What an intro that was.
That way,
We are running pure today.
I mean,
Everyone was checking their phones
high.
at the beginning of the
I
stream.
don't get high.
Okay. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. People do it.
yeah, I think that might be the problem. That's the problem I'm looking into.
We seem high right now.
I'm so excited. The Juice is back in studio. I
got
don't
him
even
in
care
the
if anybody
studio.
watches this podcast
back.
this week.
COVID free.
He's back. He's back. What's the? We'll get it prepared.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna hit all the buttons. Juice is back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Juice is back. Juice is back.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
That's pretty much okay. Anyway, welcome back, Juice. No COVID.
I'm good.
You beat COVID.
Beat it.
So, not to get the political show politicized, but since you're vaccinated and survived COVID, you're what, super safe now?
I'm super DFS hero.
Like you can
Super
you can
DFS
go like Andy on the movie.
I mean, I could lick everybody in this room.
Right.
I'm trying to tell a
Fine.
story I can't even think. What's that prison movie with Andy Dufresne? There we go. Stephen King book.
I don't know.
Anyone?
No, it's not ringing any bells.
No.
But what you're saying is basically we could get
Where
some
he
of.
climbs out of the prison through all the crap to get out of the other side. He was blamed for shooting his wife, but he was innocent. What movie are we talking about? Oh my God!
I have no idea.
Tim
But what
Ro-
you're saying is Juice's blood is the new vaccine that we should all
Yes,
be
that is
getting.
basically what I'm trying to say. But
patient
now
zero.
I'm Googling what movie I was talking about because everybody in the podcast is going, I know what movie he's talking about, and I can't. They're saying it, and I can't say it. And so we're
Can
gonna.
I say something about COVID though?
You talk while I look and see what movie I'm
So
thinking of.
it actually, it sucks. I hope people don't get it. Obviously, it's not the best thing to get.
Shawshank Redemption, by the way. is
Oh,
the
that's
movie.
not Stephen King.
He wrote the book.
He did.
Yes.
Shawshank Redemption.
Learned something new today.
Okay, well,
Emmy, did you know about Shawshank Redemption?
I've heard of it,
Okay. that's what I thought.
but I had
Yeah.
no idea what you were talking
this bit
about.
is not going over well. But I got COVID. It's like a rough 3 or 4 days.
You looked rough.
Yeah, I felt rough.
Yeah.
But it was the best thing that ever happened to my knee after surgery.
Oh yeah,
Because I basically took 3 weeks off,
and now you're feeling good.
and now my knee feels much better.
COVID,
nice. There you
COVID
go.
almost killed the show. It didn't kill the show.
No,
it didn't kill Julio.
And I felt like I needed to get back after Gardy's stand-up performance.
Yeah,
last
we
week.
got
It's
third.
like, I'm gonna get eliminated from the show.
Wow. Yeah. No, we would never move on without
No.
you. The Juice.
It's the pivot featuring the juice.
I mean, and there's a reason for that. Gardy's great and all.
He was
and,
great. Good job, Gardy.
He was. Good job, Gardy.
Also, we got to point out that Emmy is no longer in a jail cell.
Yeah, good point. As we're looking to the Emmy shot, we are brought to you by Vast Bank. We are executively produced by Toby Biocchini. We're live from Crybaby Hill Studio, which is located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Emmy now has that. Look
Yeah.
how sparkly and pretty it is.
It's great. I feel a lot better.
I mean, it looks a lot better.
It does.
It really does.
It's weird because I'm looking at the screen, but I could just look at her like if I wanted to. But I'm looking at the screen instead.
It
That
looks
is-
so
like
much
just
better.
hoping to see her on the screen, but I could just look over there and she's right there.
Well, I can't see her, so I can see her on
Yeah.
the screen. Because I want to take the time out to thank Brian. Brian is the guy that does all the work on the studio. He spent hours on the studio putting up foam, making wires look great, and it looks as good as I think. Julio, you're coming back to a good-looking studio, right?
It looks amazing.
We brag a lot about the studio, but it's coming along, and it's just neat to sit here and see how all the people who have work and sweat into it, not named Jared, because Jared didn't do any of it.
Nope, I didn't put any of it up.
I'm just kidding. When I bought all this stuff, I thought Jared was putting it up. We've discussed that, but Jared
No.
didn't put it up. So
No.
Brian puts it up, and Brian does great work. And Brian's my bud, and he likes the show, and he wants the studio to look good, and he spends a lot of time down here working on it. So thank you.
Looks good.
Yeah, so we don't have to do a whole lot of hindsight 2020 because you weren't here last week, so we don't need to break down our lineup all that much.
Did well though.
It did. It finished third. Rays League's standings have come out. Our buddy, I would be remiss if I didn't announce that Brett Rager, one of the show, I think, most loyal show listeners.
The OGs.
He is hilarious because about halfway through Sunday, I got a call and he's like, "Man, I switched my lineup because I listened to the show and my lineup before had like 140 something." And I'm like, "Okay, well, the day's not over," and he won. So
Nice.
So now instead, he has to say, "I'm glad I listened to the show because it helped his lineup."
Yeah, I mean, if he said he had 149, I had the show lineup and it had 155.
Well, he won with like 166.
Yeah, so it was
So
pretty
he
close.
he made some modifications to the. Anyway, I started some good starts. I had Cordell Patterson, but I had 3 zeros in my lineup, or basically 3 zeros. My Logan Thomas, my defense, and Brian Edwards, who was introduced to me by some producer guy that said he's awesome. I was
Brian Edwards, yeah.
I was waiting for that fourth quarter where he was going to score all those points. Anyway, Julio, let's hindsight with you. What did you think about last week? We didn't get to talk to you.
It was a good week. I mean, I actually, so DraftKings, it's been kind of losing a little bit this year overall, but I feel like every week I'm getting a little bit better, which is good. FanDuel's been awesome. Like I've doubled my money so far this year
Nice.
in FanDuel. It's been good. But last week,
What was the big plays? What were some of the plays last week? Oh,
just Tyreek the Freak.
yeah.
Tyreek
50
Hill
points.
was a great play. Hurst, your call was a great play. Derrick Henry
I'd
was.
have to give Julio credit for Hurts. He,
Yeah, Julio's called in. Great play. Derrick Henry did good. He didn't do, he didn't get 2 touchdowns, but he did get 157 yards and 1 touchdown.
he paid off.
Ertz at tight end, he had 3 touchdowns or
Called
3
back.
touchdown looks in the end zone, and one that he caught that was called back. And he still got 12 points at $3,500, but he could have had an even bigger day. It
So
was very frustrating.
What
watching
would the
that game.
millionaire mayor lineup look like? You got that?
Yep, Millionaire Maker. Here it is. The top lineup on the week definitely had Tyreek Hill, but they had Prescott at quarterback, Barkley. So this was the week to play Barkley. Patterson.
Yeah.
Yep. Debo Samuel. David Moore. Corey Davis for the Jets, who I
God,
think
that lineup is the nuts, right?
yeah. Schultz at tight end, Montgomery at flex, and then the Bills,
Yeah.
obviously, at defense.
So that was pretty much the nuts, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You can't. Like he pretty much. Yeah, you're not going to beat that lineup.
No.
Emmy, do you have any observations from the past week? You were big on Mahomes, who had a nice week,
Yeah, he did.
and anyway, thoughts?
Sorry, I had to unfreeze you really quick.
That's a good free shot of me, though. I'm happy with that one.
Last week, well, I did hear that Justin Herbert from the LA Chargers is supposedly dating an NFL Network reporter, Taylor
Oh.
Biscotti,
Now that's
and
Oh,
that's my
wow.
observation from
What-
last
what's her
nice.
what's her name?
I like that's the hard hitting stuff.
What's her name?
Taylor. I don't know how to say Biscotti.
Okay,
Bisciotti.
Google Taylor Biscotti.
Google.
While you
Taylor
guys are
Scotty.
doing that, Joey has a question on 2 wide receivers this week. I got Robert Woods. See, this is perfect for your. See, we're going to be starting with the Pivot a week-long fantasy league
Yeah,
advice
season
show.
long.
It's going to be brought to you by Cuz and producer
Yep.
extraordinary. We don't call you Jam Master J as much as we used to.
Yeah. Why don't you keep doing that? Why don't you bring that back?
Cuz and J Master J are going to put out a daily show that I'm going to help participate in every once in a while.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And the executive producer, we might be able to get him in there every
Yeah.
once in a while. And
Yeah.
Julio, I'm sure will participate every once in a while. He's killing Mark's second grade league right now.
Oh,
Just destroying him.
Random.
parents are complaining.
Parents are complaining.
complaining. That's
You know,
awesome.
they didn't have this Millionaire Maker lineup. Didn't have Tyreek Hill in it.
That was awesome. The parents are complaining. I just like making the noises. I'm having more fun with the production now than actually doing the show. There, that's what I was actually
Can I
doing.
say real quick though that my love for Justin Herbert has gone up exponentially.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah?
awesome.
Well, Taylor, he's living a good life.
Oh, is that who he's dating?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I just googled her.
in the future.
He's my
doing
new
well.
hero.
It shocks me that Justin Herbert's doing well.
Yeah,
So,
I had him in the Rays league this week.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I was really big on the Chargers and that Raiders game, and it was looking good till the Raiders decided not to show up in the first half.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt Toby and it hurt you. You both had that game stacked.
Yeah, but it's fine. This week, I love this week.
Let's talk about this week.
You wanna let's entertain Joey here. He's asking a question
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
He's
well,
got 2 wide receivers he needs to start this week. He's got
in the future, we'll turn these questions to
Yeah.
cousin Jam Master Jay's show. But Joey would be happy to answer that you should play Marvin Jones Jr. at all costs and Boyd. I would say Boyd. I mean, that's an easy.
He's
one.
got Robert Woods, Tyler Boyd, Marvin Jones Jr., Cortland Sutton, and Chenault.
Chenault offers you good ceiling. Jones offers great floor. Sutton offers good ceiling. Woods offers decent floor. Boyd offers really good floor.
I actually really like Robert Woods this week. I feel
Me
like
too.
I feel like this is going to be his week.
Me too.
I like Marvin Jones for about 10 targets. So are you gonna
Mhm.
we're gonna go Robert Woods, Marvin Jones? Or
Yeah, I like Marvin Jones.
I like that
Yeah.
pairing
Okay.
a lot.
So in the future, things like this will be done on the exciting cousin Jam Master Jay
Yep,
daily show.
The Pivot Dynasty Football Podcast.
Yes. So Joey, look for that in the future here. So back to daily. What are we looking at, like percentage ownership? Who's everybody snorting?
Well,
this
we're not.
week?
We're not.
Oh, we're
we
not
haven't done the
moving.
50-cent pieces yet.
Okay.
have
Oh
we?
yeah. Well, yeah, that's good. Let's start off we need a 50-cent piece song, right? Who can agree on that? We'll go with this though for now. I think that was Emmy. That's Emmy. Sorry, apologize, Emmy. We'll go with this instead.
I feel like
I love it.
like a beat from 50 Cent would be good.
That's
I
okay.
agree.
You know?
Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
that. This sounds like a 50 Cent Pete's in music form.
Right.
I love that
What
sound
this
bit for
sound?
it.
I like this because I can
Yes.
just point after. it.
Yes.
I feel like I'm
And-
playing like the Nintendo Wii though, like when I hear that.
I'm gonna go double point.
Isn't that from Nintendo Wii?
50
I think
Cent
it is.
Pete's coming up.
Okay, maybe we need a better 50-cent piece.
I feel like every
No.
time you play that,
No.
I'm about to like start virtually bowling.
Yes, that is my exact thought.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. See, I
I
mean,
think when Jared and I
we're
hear it,
simpatico on this.
we think we're gonna hear a 50-cent piece.
Yeah,
That's right.
you guys are thinking gangster. I'm thinking, air bowling.
Give it to you. Okay,
We're still waiting on that 50
I
Cent
do
piece.
think a beat. We're gonna have to.
we got another
one,
sound. We got another
one
button
more
there.
sound. We got a couple we can get rid of too, for sure. there's definitely a couple that cannot make the the list. We don't use this one a lot. Probably make that the 50%. I want a bass drop, right?
That sounds like a toilet flushing.
Like,
Sounds
okay.
like Darth Vader to me. But
Imagine a bass dropping right now, and now we're gonna move to Julio doing 50-cent pieces.
are we done with the sound effects, or are we gonna
I
just
mean-
keep going for the next hour?
Okay.
We're good. Okay.
We're ready for that 50 Cent piece.
Let me get my
Until
bowling
we
glove
get
on.
Until we get your bass drop. That's what we're going with.
Okay. So, Packers Bengals 50.5.
So I like this big high scoring. You too.
I like that game.
I mean,
do.
Cincinnati's good for 4 touchdowns, and so are the. So is Green Bay.
Yeah. Giants Cowboys 52.
I think that's another potential high scoring one.
49ers Cardinals 50.
I see. I think that one's going to be.
And then the last 50-cent piece is the Bills Chiefs Sunday night.
So
Mm.
for those of you who listen that are main slate players, this is something we're having to deal with. Race League voted, and they voted Sunday, Monday instead of just going with the main slate. So we're dealing with it. We're adjusting.
Right.
Sunday night games seem to produce a lot of points for some reason. That's just a little observation I've made.
Yeah.
And this one seems like it'd make a lot. And I feel like this game's going to be very popularly stacked, but it's very expensive to stack, right? Whereas Green Bay and Cincinnati is a little bit cheaper. Detroit, Minnesota. Detroit, Minnesota didn't make the 50s.
It's 49. It's
Oh.
right outside of 50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's close.
It's very close.
Yeah. I like that game as a 50-cent piece. So we're going over on that game.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. So with those games being the high-scoring games, where is the ownership projections kind of having people snorting the chalk this week?
I mean, well, just one little dig at Rays League. I'm surprised you guys didn't include the London game that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, so you guys can get a little bit more action.
Ray, I just wanted you to know that Juice does not speak for the show in his any further negative.
My little subtle dig, but
They want the main slate, Ray. They want
anyway,
main
Just
slate.
the main slate.
But I digress. Let's go to projections. You want to go start quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So
Lock
here
and
we go.
load.
So who do y'all think is the number one projected quarterback?
Oh, this is
This
fun
is
game.
surprising
I
to
actually
me.
like this game.
Let me see here. I'm gonna do a little looking real quick.
Yeah, we might as well cheat
I
and
got
look
one.
it up while we're here, right? Like,
I got one.
you got to vote.
Yeah, I
Who's
think it's. Well, he said it's surprising, so
He
I
did
got
ki-
two. I'm gonna guess two
Okay.
times.
He kinda
Alright,
did
I'm
tip
gonna
us out with
go
that, didn't he?
with either Prescott or the surprise one, possibly Tannehill.
I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go Goff.
Okay.
I think Trey Lance.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Emmy
okay,
is
yes.
sharper than both of you.
Whoa, it's Trey Lance.
Yes.
Did,
Trey
did
Lance.
she just get it fucking right?
I
Good
did.
job, Emmy.
Whoa.
Wow.
And
Emmy earns her. That's. Wow.
I feel like Emmy's got some sort of inside connection, but that's okay. No, good job, Emmy.
That was. I didn't think she was right, by the way.
It surprised me when I first looked at it, but it makes sense. He's 5'7", so 5,700.
Not 5'7".
No, he's taller than 5'7".
He's not your height in sixth grade.
But last week he played one half and he got 21 DraftKings points
Wow.
in one half.
So watching Jalen Hurts, who has
Wow.
perfected looking like crap on your TV, but putting up points in your fantasy lineup, Trey Lance must be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because
Did you watch him?
I
at
did
all?
watch him
I
play.
didn't get to watch that game.
He looks awful throwing
Right.
the football.
And so does Jalen Hurts. And they
mean,
keep putting up
horrible.
30-point games. Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts had over 300 yards passing somehow last week.
You know who had 400 yards passing last week?
Who was that?
Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Danny Dimes.
I've been a Daniel Jones guy this year. I gave you a hard time about him last, but I'm a believer. Now.
He's number 3 in the projected ownership. So it's Trey
Makes
Lance,
sense.
Prescott, Jones, Murray, and Brady are the top 5.
I like it.
If we move over to, let's go to running back. Who do y'all think is number 1?
Number 1 most owned running back? Najee Harris. No, they're playing defense.
Emmy gets this.
If she
we're
gets
just gonna
this for
switch
quitting.
spots.
Number 1 owned.
Robinson.
Jeez. Yeah, I was thinking Robinson possibly.
He's up there, but he's not number 1.
But
Emmy,
maybe
get-
if it's not surprising in the matchup, I mean, maybe it's Derrick
Emmy,
Henry.
put these fools out of their misery.
Is it Williams?
Who is it?
My guess is Damian Williams.
Better guess than you all. He's number 2.
Wow.
Wow.
She's
Good
killing
job,
it.
Emmy.
Derrick Henry is number 1.
Oh, wait, I guessed Derrick Henry. I said
You're
good.
You
Derrick
must
Henry.
have done like a splatter.
I did it-
guesses,
I
'cause
did
didn't
it
hear it either.
because
Leave
the
it in your
matchup-
head and not
Must
come
have
out
been
in your
on
voice.
rapid fire guesses.
We'll watch the show back. We'll
You just
see.
went Aaron
We'll
Jones,
see.
Henry.
I said it.
Okay. I guess in your shouting of 6 names, you might have mentioned Henry.
I said
so.
2 names, Robinson and Derrick Henry. But still, Emmy, great
Okay.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emmy, you're killing it.
But Derrick Henry, Damian Williams, James Robinson, Uncle Lenny Fournette,
Those are all good ones.
DeAndre Swift, and then Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I like all those plays.
Yeah.
Let's move to the wide receiver. I'm excited.
Wide receiver.
Okay, we're going to play this game again? Do we get to play it again?
Yeah, let's play it
Okay.
again.
Let's let Emmy go third because
Yeah, sure.
her answer will be right.
She's apparently better than all of us.
Okay. Receiver.
I'm guessing
This one's surprising.
This is
it's
a
gonna be
hard
low.
one.
It's going to be a low-owned guy. It's going to be, a low-price guy, I think.
I have no idea.
Gosh, this game's tough. This is a tough game. I'm going Marvin Jones Jr.
Marvin Jones Jr. No.
Wh-
He scored 3 points last week. Everyone's going to be scared of him. But even though he's in a great position, I like the play.
Okay, well, if you don't like my guess so we can hear
But
yours.
mine's
So
going
I
to be
can-
my guess is
so
going
I
to
can
be just
figure out how to make fun of yours.
my guess is going to be just as terrible. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with
is so good.
God.
Guess. I mean, it's a,
I don't know.
We're doing a podcast right now. by the
CeeDee
way.
Lamb. I
Yeah,
have no
that's
idea.
great. Yeah, he had a great game.
Yeah,
And he only cost twice as
He
much
had
as
2
the guy.
points last week, actually.
He
Mine
cost,
was
what,
worse.
twice as much as the guy, I guess. So like,
Okay,
yeah,
Emmy,
you couldn't do worse
My
than our
guess
guesses.
you can't.
is-
You almost statistically can't do worse than that. So you name any receiver and you're winning.
Okay, my guess is Deontay Johnson.
Oh, that's not a bad guess either.
Yeah, he did good last week.
I bet that beat both of our guesses.
I'm sure it
I'm,
did.
and I'm
mean,
making
even
fun
though
of you.
he
Who did you
missed a
say,
week,
Matt?
I said Marvin Jones Jr.
It wasn't that bad. It's 4.9%.
So look at that
Okay.
way.
And then who was yours?
A CeeDee Lamb.
Now repeat what you said about it wasn't bad. What?
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Was
that
CD Lamb was
wasn't
bad
bad.
though. Can we agree on CD Lamb? was bad?
18.9%. He's up there.
Ooh!
And then Emmy, who did you say? I'm sorry.
Mine was
Deontay
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. Brilliant. Yeah, this is where she dropped the ball.
Uh oh, I already had triggered
Oh.
it up. I was early on it.
Bringing up the rear at 4.4%.
Okay, well, she killed us
Yeah,
on
we
the.
can't win them all.
Okay, we got to move to tight end. This is so
No, hold
exciting.
on, hold on. For number one, I
exciting.
think it's surprising. Amari Cooper is 20%.
Okay, the guy that I made us not play.
Right. Devontae Adams, 20.5, and then Keenan Allen, 19, and then CD. So you want tight end now, right?
So you want to hear how? So by the way, we update real quick. We played fake juice and cash, right? And so we start off 0-2. So then I said I let Julio take a little bit more of the reins of choosing the lineup, and we're now 2-2. But this week I literally was at breakfast and Julio sent me the lineup, and I couldn't eat the rest of my breakfast. Like my stomach hurt so much having to put that lineup in.
Cash lineups are not, they're not pretty to look at, dude. That's the thing that you've got to like get in your head. Like they're just not fun to roster.
Yes, they're not. And I'm playing a guy that's was willing to put a 0 to try to get more ceiling than floor
Yeah.
in. So
Cash
anyway,
is, cash is
Cash
not
is we
fun
could
to
do a
me.
whole episode on Cash.
Yeah.
right? I mean that's
Yeah.
the crazy part. But we're here for Rays League and to fight it out with our friends. And so let's start building. Oh, tight end real quick. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean we can't finish this game. I mean we could do this game with
Quick
defense
though,
too.
Jared. We can't wait 15 minutes for your
Yes.
tight end.
Okay.
Quick guess
All right.
from Jared this time. I'm gonna go with Conklin. There, I guessed.
Okay.
Emmy, while Jared's looking, do you have a tight end guess?
Travis
Kelsey?
Kelsey.
Okay, that's a good guess. Actually, he's actually fairly priced on the slate.
It's hard because he doesn't show up on the main
Oh,
slate.
that's true. We'll just assume
He
that
doesn't
he's
show up
right.
on the main slate. That narrows it down for me. Where is Monday? Mark
you-
Andrews.
He was saying Kelsey didn't
That,
start
he's
it.
not on the main slate.
Oh,
He was
dang
saying
it.
Kelsey's
I'll
not
go
on
with
the
Mark
main
Andrews anyways.
He's not on the main slate either.
Okay, well,
Yeah, forget
by
Jared.
default, Matt wins because you guys don't understand this game. So, anyway, let's go. Should we start building?
Real quick, we got Trey S in chat. Trey S in chat. He hasn't hit question. Full PPR flex.
Or did
It-
you integrate guys into
I
the
did
chat
not.
just so
This
that we
is-
could promote your show? that
No,
you wanna
I didn't do
These are
anything.
for my burner phone.
Yeah, start
I didn't do this. Flex. A-Rob, Galladay, Chase Edmonds, or Chris Carson if he plays. Thanks, guys. Who would you go for?
Edmonds.
Edmonds?
He's going to get just as many grabs as Galladay and rushing yards. A-Rob looks terrible with Fields playing.
I do like Edmonds in full PPR.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
PPRs.
Robinson, like, seems like Mooney is kind of Justin Fields' guy so far. And Galladay's just always kind of banged up.
I think the people have spoken. They want your show.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They want your start-sit show. Let's give the people what they want. We're gonna
Yeah,
give it to
yeah,
them.
we're going to do that. We'll do that next week.
Okay, so back to building our lineup here for daily. Do we have any just absolute what we like to call around here some lock loads? We haven't been doing that segment quite as much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got some lock loads.
Anybody that you think that just has to be in the lineup this week? I'll be honest. In looking in the Sunday Monday formation of this, if you take out the Sunday night game, I feel like the Sunday main slate is a very difficult puzzle to put together. You add
Yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
Sunday night game, it gives you a little more options on the puzzle pieces. But there's a lot of ways to attack this.
Wide
slate.
receivers are hard for me this week. I'm struggling.
This has been a tough week. This wasn't. I have a build now that I really like, but it took a while to kind of massage it in, and that's
Right.
what we're doing the massage fingers here.
I have one lock for the week.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's
This
hear
is
it.
I'm
I
excited.
want
And
it.
this is
So excited.
he's going to be
back.
highly owned, but I think I don't care. I'm just going to eat the chalk and move on. And it's Damian Williams for the Bears.
Damian Williams.
Put that in the lineup. I
Yep.
like
I'll
Dave.
do it.
He's 5,600.
He's an OU, former OU player. He led Kansas City to the Super Bowl. He had great playoff run. He's been hasn't had a chance. When he does play, he does well. Julio, what are you saying? What are you thinking? What do you think?
Everything you just said. And the starting running back for the Bears is out, so he's going to get all the carries.
They like to throw to him. Fields is going to have to dump off some here in this situation.
Yeah.
Vegas isn't the defensive dreams by any means, right?
No, I mean, no Montgomery. They gave the reins to Damian Williams. There's no reason for me to see his production and his volume going down. He's pretty well priced. He's at the Raiders, who defensively are nothing I'm worried about.
Right.
Right. So there's been one to pivot off that. I think that's a great. You sold me. I'm completely convinced that Damon Williams is a great start at 5,600. The one running back, I'm not going to necessarily name him a lock and load, but the one running back that I keep finding in all my lineups, and I keep pairing him with my defense because I'm kind of addicted to doing that, is Robinson. James Robinson
Yeah.
at 6K. He's playing Tennessee. Their defense is kind of terrible. I feel like their the $2,100 on Jacksonville's defense isn't reflecting their opponent, who's
Yep.
offensive line.
No, I like it. He's a very
I'm not saying we need to put him in this lineup. I'm just saying
Right.
he is somebody that I've considered kind of a lock.
and he's a
load.
running back that can get it done in multiple ways. He's a pass casting running back. He gets targets every week.
What do you think about that play, Juice?
I like him. I will say that I kind of like the Jaguars' defense this week for some reason. So
I do too. I think. I mean, they
I
can
mean,
get
if
a
you're
few
gonna
sacks.
do them, it's a natural kind of pairing with.
What, you don't like the Jags?
No,
because
no,
you
no.
want Derrick Henry. in your
Derrick
lineup.
Henry's going to destroy Jacksonville this week.
I don't agree. I agree with Juice on this one. We could be wrong, and you do have your.
I mean,
producer exemptions
if-
that we allow.
whenever it's my turn for the lock and load, it's obvious who I'm going to pick. It's going to be Derrick Henry.
Oh, we weren't going to give you a turn.
Oh, well, I'm taking one. And it's Derrick Henry. You got to play him again. I don't care if he's $9,000.
I care.
You might not. He has to produce maybe 50 points
I had a
to
judge,
have him.
I had a judge say that to me once. I said, "Who cares?" What he judge said, "I care." So
He
I
might-
care.
He might not
9,000.
win you the Millionaire Maker if he doesn't score 50 points, but he'll win you everything else.
What about Rays League? Would you win us?
Oh
Rays
yeah,
League?
Rays League. Yeah, I think he's a must play in Rays League. Derrick
a
Henry
must
against
play at 9K.
against Jacksonville. He's gonna feast. He's gonna feast.
Tell him why he's wrong, Julio, because I do agree that he's wrong. I may even give him the
No, God! No, God, please,
9K.
no!
I don't
While
care.
he's yelling at you, 9,000.
I don't care. I'm playing Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I'm playing him in every lineup again. It worked for me last week. I won like everything.
So are you using? So what allowed you? What, 3 producer exemptions? I think we said 5.
I think
at
I've
one
used. I think we said 5 is what we said, and I've used 1. Maybe
He's
no
already in
2.
week 5.
point. We're already on week
I-
5. He's
No,
on
I've used
5.
1. I used 1 for Mike Evans when I called that he'd
He did.
scored
You
2
did.
touchdowns.
You did. You did. You did.
And if you guys don't want him in the lineup this
He
week,
also, though, I mean, this is kind of hindsight. Who is the scrub receiver for Tennessee you guys were all about last week?
Westbrook.
I played
He
Rodgers, and he
sucked.
had 12 points. My
Well,
guy paid off.
Westbrook sucked. And we talked about him, and I said, this has Olamide Zacchaeus written
But
all over it.
Rodgers, who was the other one that I was mentioning,
Yeah.
had 12 points.
Wow.
And Westbrook only had 5, but he was 3,300, so it doesn't kill you. It gave you opportunity to play other
Okay.
studs.
Julio, if you weren't playing Derrick Henry as your other running back in your lineup, what would you be giving the people as another play?
Well, so
actually,
there,
before we go to running backs, we have lock and loads. We're gonna hold the Derrick Henry lock and
Oh, yeah,
load.
you got a lock and load.
I don't have any this
I
week.
mean, I'll just call it a Derrick Henry this week. You
I
got a
s-
Derrick Henry that you want to
I
talk
said
about.
I said that my lock and load in my lineup build has been James Robinson, which I
Okay.
paired with
Oh,
my
that's
cheap
right.
defense.
That's right.
But I don't know that it has to be in this lineup, just as Derrick Henry may not have to be in this lineup, but he may be in this lineup.
my fear with James Robinson is, and I don't know, like if Derrick Henry goes off, which is there's a decent probability and possibility that could happen.
I would say the odds are in its favor for sure.
I mean, yeah, for
I
sure.
Anyway,
Let me just say this though.
look up Jags for Derrick Henry versus Jags last year. This is where we need a producer.
I don't- okay, yeah, I'll
if
do it.
Tennessee runs the ball a lot and makes Henry kind of the focal point, I don't know if he's going to get the game script is not necessarily in his favor.
Yeah, what if they get up 3 touchdowns?
He's only gotten at most 6 targets in a game this year, so I don't know.
In order to the 9K to make any sense at all, he has to have 27 points, which means that's 100 yards and a touchdown and a couple catches worked in there.
This is just me. If I'm going to pay up that much at running back this week, I would almost go McCaffrey, which is a good pivot off of Henry.
Is McCaffrey back?
He might be. He's practicing. And last year, I don't know if y'all remember, McCaffrey was banged up. He came back and he like broke the slate.
I'll be honest.
I mean,
I would,
Carolina's offense looks very competent this year compared to last year.
yes, it does. I would actually have to lean towards producer exemption Derrick Henry over McCaffrey just a little bit.
Okay.
But let's go while we're getting some stats from Jared. Let's you and I let's talk about quarterback wide receiver combos we're looking at.
Well, real quick though, there's just I want to make this point. There's a lot of running backs that have questionable tags right now as of today. McCaffrey, Cook,
Swift,
Jones,
Elliott,
Barkley, Elliott, Gibson,
Aaron Jones,
Mixon, Swift. There's a lot.
Yes.
So there could be a lot of like
Chase
Sunday.
Edmonds.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds. There's a lot of Melvin Gordon. There's just a lot of running backs sort of in flux this week. So
It's a tough position.
we're going to have to like sort of Sunday really monitor the injury news.
I'd agree.
So, looking up in here, I can't find stats for last year, but I found this as a headline. Derrick Henry abuses Jags again with long TD run. So
That was last year?
That was last year. He has a history of absolutely demolishing Jacksonville.
Okay, we'll come back to the running back position. Let's see what we have after we build our wide receiver quarterback combo, which I'm excited. This is my favorite time of the week when Julio unveils what he's seeing. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to do quarterback, wide receiver, run it back, right? Because this is a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So you be thinking of your quarterback,
I
wide
got mine.
receiver.
I'm
wow,
ready.
he's already
I'm
got
ready.
his. Okay,
Let's hear it. I wanna
wow.
hear it.
Yeah, let's just
Let's
fire
go.
it off. Let's
I
go.
mean, I feel like this is going to be one of the highest scoring games on the week.
Okay.
It's going to be my pick would be Daniel Jones against Dallas.
And pairing it with?
I mean, that's hard. I want to
So
know.
we're thinking naked Daniel. I like when he's
I
naked.
like naked Daniel as of right now because I want to see what happens with Sterling Shepard. If Sterling Shepard's out, I'd probably fire up Tony again this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Galladay's looking back to what kind of was expected out of Galladay. So he's playing the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So traditionally, if you're going to build a stack, you did a wide receiver pairing combo, and you're going to run it back with which Cowboy?
I'd probably pick CeeDee Lamb because he had a bad week last week.
Because
People are
you
going to
like expensive players that don't perform. I see it.
No. He's got the talent. I don't know what's happening with him recently. He had 5 targets last week, 3 targets the week before that. But
he's one of my favorite players in the league. But I don't think he's earned the right to be in a lineup for Ray's league right now.
Cooper is
How
dealing
about
with a
Schultz?
hamstring injury.
How about Dalton Schultz?
Dalton Schultz? Yeah, I'll go with Schultz. Schultz is I like that play as well. I'd run it back with that.
I think that's a good play.
Yeah.
I like Schultz. So okay, so that's what he's given us. I'm gonna go Cousins, Jefferson, running it back with not Hawkinson, but the cheap guy. Ophius. Is it Ophius? Cephus. Sorry. So that's my suggestion. I like the Detroit, the 49-point total Detroit Minnesota game to go over, and I think you could stack it either way with Goff and run it back, or you can go Cousins and run it back the other way, or you can even go 4-person stack. I like doing some Cousins, Conklin, Jefferson, running it back with Swift and how do you say Ophius? Cephus. Anyway, that's my suggestion. Let's hear now I mean,
There's another dude on the Lions though I like. Khalif Raymond.
yeah,
He's
another-
cheap, $4,800. He's had 10 and 6 targets the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Last week was kind of an anomaly because he had 2 touchdowns, but he's certainly someone you can look at. I like Minnesota. I've got 2 builds that I've built before the show.
So do you like Minnesota playing Cousins, or do you like Minnesota playing Goff, getting that kind of there's like a $600 savings I think between Goff and Cousins.
I do like Goff. My problem with Goff is that the receiver tree is a little bit bigger than Minnesota's. I mean, you've got
It's actually a $1,200 difference.
but you've got Conklin, Justin Jefferson, and Thielen. That's it. Those are the 3 targets.
I do like your Jones this week.
Yeah.
For his price.
Yeah, I like Jones too.
Yeah.
But I would possibly be looking at naked Jones.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, he runs and throws to multiple people, so it's hard to kind of predict where all the points are going to go on the catching side of the ball. But guys, our chat is on fire today. We've got a couple more questions here, and the timing of this is ironic. But Matt, we got Matt Seaver.
I'm starting to believe that Jared loaded the chat.
I did not. I don't know what's happening.
How are you doing this?
Jared
pretending to be other
Jared
people?
comes in this morning and says, "My cousin and I want to do a daily a season-long fantasy league where we do start, sit, waiver wire questions, and we want to do it under the Pivot umbrella." And suddenly, everybody in the world has questions. Should I start Alex Collins if Carson is out?
Whoa.
Wait.
There's-
I'll read them.
Yeah.
Matthew Seaver, he says trade Ridley for Keenan Allen and Jonathan
Hell
Taylor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Every
100%
day.
do
Oh,
that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Here, can I say something about this? So when you're making a trade in a season long, like you want to be the guy getting the best player
Right.
in the deal. And I think that Keenan Allen this year is arguably better in his offense than Ridley is. Plus, you're getting a good running back. So
Dude, that's a no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean,
no-brainer.
That
No brainer.
if you're
at
getting
all.
Keenan and Taylor, do it. If you're giving up Ridley,
I might trade Keenan just for Ridley. I might just
well,
do that.
But if
for-
you're getting both, I mean, that's
you got to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
a great deal. I
great
think
deal.
grab it while you can is
Yes.
is where I'm at.
Yeah.
So now we've got
should
a
I
guy
start,
named Rafael Rivera.
Hi, welcome to the chat, Raphael.
He says, should I start Alec Collins if Carson is out or Chenault?
I'm guessing he's meaning a season-long structure, not daily, right?
Right, I guess so.
I would go Collins.
Yeah. If Carson's out. And then we got another one that just
Should I go
chimed in. I don't
Gatsby?
know why this is all
I forget.
season-long based.
Because you did this.
I didn't do this. I've been posting our podcast in Fantasy Field, and maybe all these people are
I
from
like guys who are out there. I just want to say this: we're a daily fantasy show. We'll be happy to do this, but we are going to start a show, which Jared's going to do this for an hour or so with his.
I want to please the people. So
Yeah.
Let's
So,
answer these
I don't
questions.
mind answering the questions whatsoever, but
So,
we're going to have a whole show for these.
We got another one. That guy Kevin is this guy. He said, should I drop Gaskins for Alec Collins or pick up J.D. McKissick?
I don't like any of those
Yeah,
players.
that's a
I mean,
toss up.
I think
I would go with Alex
if
Collins.
it's for like if you need help this week, then yes. But like for long term season, I don't like any of those guys. But Gaskin has been almost like an afterthought this year. So if Carson doesn't play, drop him for Alex Collins this week for sure.
I can't believe you read that chat and you skipped over the part with the shout out to Mark. Mark, if you're listening, bro, I got your shout out.
Where's the
Oh,
shout out to Mark?
Christian, shout out to Mark.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
like it.
Nice.
That's good, big brother right there.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I don't even know where we were at.
we were deciding who we were going to start at
I'm just
quarterback,
shocked we're
wide
getting
receiver.
questions in the chat. I don't even know
This
what
is
to do.
rigged. Don't be shocked. This is Jared's doing. I can see all through this. But yes, I already said yes. He thought he was
I
going to be.
didn't. No, the timing is ironic. I did nothing.
Yes,
I
the
did
answer
nothing
is
at
yes.
all.
I will start a season long. We will do it. Yes.
We'll do it right after the show's over.
Yes. Okay. Back to daily fantasy, which
Yeah,
I
let's
also
do it.
enjoy. Julio, we got time issues. Give us a little Give us the quarterback we're going to play. If you want to we're going to need to talk about how many producer exemptions you can use in one lineup.
I like all you guys' plays so far.
I do too.
There's nothing
You want to just go with Daniel Jones since it's
I
your
think
lineup?
I think that's a
I like
great-
Daniel Jones.
yeah,
I
I do
like
too.
Cousins. I like Goff. Is that the one you didn't like?
I mean, I haven't even said anything.
Oh,
yet. You're like already like, dude.
Oh, I thought you said you liked all our plays.
I do like all your
Okay,
plays.
All right, yeah, let's-
please
But-
take
tell
the
us what
space.
you're thinking.
Here is something I kind of like. I think it's going to be a little under the radar, but I love this game. Like Joe Burrow,
Oh, I do like that.
Cincinnati,
Yep.
Green Bay.
I do think
Yeah.
that's a
just
high-scoring
think it's
game.
going to be high scoring.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I like that.
That's a great build too, with Burrow, Chase, run it back with Adams, or even
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
It's a little more expensive. You want to do that? You good with that?
I'm good with that. If
I
that's what
like
we
that
wanna do.
build. I
So
do.
here's
I
the
looked
here's the way I want to sort of construct is I want Burrow, I want Jamar Chase,
you want Chase over Boyd?
yes, and I want Devontae Adams.
That's what I think you have to do. If you're
I
gonna
also want to play a tight end, CJ Azuma.
do, I
uh,
do
Ooh,
that.
I
We
like-
picked-
So I want the double run back.
for you season long people. That was a big pickup that Toby and I made in our leagues. Was we picked up CJ Azuma probably on 14.
You know, he has the same number as Travis Kelce, and for some reason that makes me like him even more.
Yeah, I didn't think about
that's a
that.
great reason. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I was in Nashville last week, not here at the show, and I was watching that game it was a Thursday night game.
He looked
He just
really
looked
good.
good. I
Yeah.
mean, he looked like he belonged out there.
Yeah.
And for
he,
3K, I
he's
love
had
him.
some good games in the past too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like he's. I like it. So we double stacked Cincinnati. Are we wanting to run it back with a fourth Green Bay player?
No, I'm good with just Devontae. I think he's the volume monster. He's just this is what I love about Devontae this week, is that the last 2 weeks he's gotten 11 and 18 targets. He is back to being the guy.
Yeah.
So, paying up for him, I just like him this week quite a bit.
Emmy, I feel like you had mentioned that you had some observations for this week. Do you have a quarterback combo, or do you have a player that we're needing to get into this lineup that you've been seeing?
The quarterback that I like is Trey Lance. and
Okay.
I don't really know what the combo means.
Well, we'll work on that.
Who's he throwing it to?
It means who do you think? We'll
So
work-
for next week, who is he throwing it
so
to?
Mark, when you're
Yeah.
It
giving
has to be somebody on his team.
Yeah,
that generally helps.
You don't want him to throw it to someone that's on the opposite team.
We have started quarterbacks that don't do that. Yes.
You're right.
I'll get back on that one next
Yes.
week.
Great job, Andy.
I do like Trey Lance though.
I do like Trey Lance.
I do.
I think
yes,
in
it's a good
cash
call.
builds he's going to be really, really popular.
Yeah.
Trey
So,
Lance.
so on this build, it sounded like we were all okay with starting Jacksonville's defense. Are we not okay?
No, we're not. Because listen, I've got Derrick Henry in. I know you said we're not doing it yet, but I'm using my exempt. We got to get him in, and even if we get him in, we still have $4,100 on every position with defense, wide receiver, and flex, and we haven't filled in the cheap defense yet. That
I mean,
Juice
if we're
is
gonna play Henry, wouldn't the cheap defense maybe be Tennessee?
I don't know,
Could
Juice. What are you thinking? You got
Could be.
you got something that's sticking out to you this week?
Could be.
I mean, I like the Jaguars.
I don't know why you guys like
I
the
mean,
Jaguars.
Another defense I kind of like this week is Washington. They've been really bad this year,
Yeah, against the Saints.
but against the Saints, who've just looked equally as bad offensively.
I
and
like
they're at
that.
Home. They're cheap. They're $2,300. I mean, you could do worse.
We need him for this lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great call. I mean, Winston has been doing what he normally does.
Yeah.
Great game, bad game, great game, bad game.
Yeah.
We're on the bad game week.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a great call.
Okay.
That gives us 5,000 per slot at
Will you-
wide receiver
will
and
you-
flex.
Before we move on, will you just admit you like it because it's not Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, I think Jacksonville's a terrible call.
Julio could
You're
have
gonna
said
get
any
negative.
other. He could
You're
have
gonna
said
get
any other
negative
team.
points from Jacksonville this week.
Julio could have said any other team, and he would have found a rationalization.
as long as it's
oh
not
yeah,
Jacksonville.
watching football day. That's good.
No, I mean, and to Jared's point, I mean, Jacksonville. There's nothing really saying that they're going to do well.
Well,
like
we got
as a defense.
if
I just think Tannehill's look kind of bad.
Emmy,
Yeah.
Emmy, take us to the shot of the lineup so we can show the people what we got here. So with Jared using his fourth, I think, out of 5 exemptions.
2. I think this is 2.
We've got Burrow and Chase. We're running it back with Adams, which I think is great. I
Yeah.
don't think that's
Yeah, I
gonna, I
love
don't
it.
think that's going to be really high owned either. Then we've got Henry and Williams. We got And then we CJ Uzuma with just the double stack, and then we got Washington D. That leaves us 5,000 for a receiver and flex, which is plenty. We can go.
Yeah.
We can split this up a few different ways.
Okay, so Burrow, Henry.
D. Williams, Devontae Adams, Chase, Uzoma, however you say his name, and then Washington.
Or you can look at the 42-inch monitor we have provided you to see the.
Burrow, Henry, Williams. Okay.
We got 2 spots to fill.
And then we've got Devontae, Chase. I just love Chase's price tag. For some reason,
Yeah.
like, DraftKings just doesn't want to raise his price.
No.
You know something I noticed between FanDuel and DraftKings last week that was a major difference? So the Lions was one of the cheapest defenses on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, they were one of the most expensive.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
That is
Very crazy.
And, the other thing I've noticed, too, is, like, I put in my FanDuel lineup. I'm like, how is this not going to win? Like, everything. And then I look at my DraftKings lineup. It's like, how am I going to win anything? like your offense, your lineups look so much worse on DraftKings.
I got a couple plays I like in this wide receiver flex
So
combo.
we have 5K left for 2 spots,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So if I was playing it, I'd go Marvin Jones and Cephas.
I like Marvin Jones.
Boom.
I like Marvin Jones. And it plays into our Derrick Henry play.
Yes, it's
Because
correlated.
It's correlated because Henry's going to be running it, and they're going to be freaking out and throwing the balls as much as they can.
Julio, kill the Marvin Jones Jr. play. Do you not like it?
I don't mind it.
Okay. You got something you like a little better?
I don't like Cephas. I just
Yeah, I don't love Cephas. He just fit, to be honest.
I know. At 4,300, I feel like what I'm looking at mainly are tight ends, and I don't love going double tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to
especially when we're not playing like a guy like Kelsey.
It's too bad we couldn't get Waddle in there because I think Waddle would be a good play against Tampa, who should beat those guys pretty good.
I'm just looking at.
I like Renfro at 49.
We could get. Yeah, I do like Renfro.
There's also Perrine. If Mixon is out, he's 4K, and he's a pass catching back.
I don't like that though if we're playing Burrow.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, we're all in on Green
I'm
Bay.
kind of
That's
glad you
true.
brought that up because I do think that if Mixon doesn't play, and I kind of feel like he's not going to play, that a lot of people are going to play P. Ryan.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think we're leverage the P. Ryan owners with Burrow.
Yeah, I like that. I've never liked playing him. I don't know how long he's been in the league, but
Can I give you guys my original build with Burrow? See what you guys think.
Sure. Well, it's
So
not
I
gonna
ha-
it's not gonna have Henry in it.
It's
so.
not, but just to
Mistake.
throw something out
that's a
there.
mistake.
Okay.
So Burrow, Williams, Uncle Lenny Fournette, Emmanuel Sanders, Adams, Chase, Zuma, Tyreek Hill, and then the Jaguars.
I mean, that's a good lineup.
I see. I noticed that's a great lineup. There were 2 mistakes in it, though.
No Henry.
No Henry, and he's playing Jacksonville defense is going to give you negative points this week.
Have you watched Tennessee's offensive line when he drops back to pass? It's like
I mean,
it's,
he got. I was listening to a stat
I like that
last
lineup.
week
It's a good lineup.
that
It's a good lineup.
that Tannehill was rushed by the defense more than anybody last week, more than any other quarterback, and the rate was twice as high than the next quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Their offensive line is just in shambles right now. But I don't know. I mean, here's the thing with Jacksonville, with Washington.
I just want him to see it.
we
'cause
don't
that's
need a lot. We just need like 4 or 5 or 6 points.
And I think we'd more likely get them from Washington than we would the Jacksonville because
So you can actually play with that. So
we can play Washington instead of Jags.
you can play Washington instead of Jackson.
We could do that.
So do you like that lineup better? Hey, Emmy, bring up the iPad if you get a chance.
Got it.
You're the best.
I'm still just blown away by the Trey Lance. Just
She nailed it.
boom.
She got number 2 on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good record there.
That was
Okay.
like number 37.
This
on
is what we're looking at, Jared, without Derrick Henry. and it's pretty exciting.
I'll give you.
I'm not excited about Fournette. I
Well,
mean,
here's the thing. He had 20 carries last week, and they are playing at home against the Dolphins. The game script is in his favor. I
Okay.
think Tampa Bay is going to be winning the entire game. But
You like Derrick Henry better than Tyreek Hill, right?
yeah.
So
That'd be back to. I mean, like for
Since-
Tyreek Hill's price
since you're
tag.
trying to win a Rays league,
For Tyreek Hill's price tag, he'd have to do 50 points again. I mean,
he just
and I
did.
don't think it's going to happen against Buffalo.
so
It's the highest points game of the week
this
by far.
This isn't terrible. Emmy, when you get she probably already has it up. So look at this, Jared. I like this. See what you think when it comes up here. Give us a sec.
It's up.
It's coming.
I mean, I should almost like abstain from any Derrick Henry talk because I feel like I never get him right.
You got McKissick in there?
I'm trying to fit your guy in. Don't get mad.
No, I'm just.
He
I'm
also
just-
correlates with their defensive play.
I mean,
I don't
just,
love McKissick either. I'm just throwing.
This might be the week that I crash and burn because I'm so high on Derrick Henry. I don't want to not play him.
So has there been a week that you haven't been so high on Derrick
Yeah,
Henry? I
there
just
was week 2 or something like
of,
that
of
where
the first season.
of this season
Oh,
that I wasn't on it yet. But
I like Derrick Henry. It's hard not to like Derrick
I
Henry.
mean, the thing about Derrick Henry that I've noticed this
Who
year,
would you play with?
he's
him?
been really good, but he hasn't. He has had one game where he was great, and he's had 3 games where he like if you didn't have Derrick Henry, you're not dead.
it didn't kill you. Yeah,
you're not dead. But he always has that one game he can just.
right. And
break a
historically, he kills Jacksonville. Like,
I think everybody kills Jack.
but
I see
Derrick
what you're
Henry
saying.
especially.
I mean, I think we should make all plays based on what happened last year against the team they're playing.
All right, is that sarcasm?
Yeah.
Plus, they've got Urban Meyer this year. He's just been he's fit like a glove.
I think new rule on show construction. We just look and see how the players did against
All
the
right.
teams they're playing last year,
But
and we just fill them in.
we should probably play Julian Edelman then.
I can't
He's
find
out there
a way.
somewhere.
So we can't fit. So we're gonna get. I like your lineup, Julio. Me and you are on the same page. But Jared plays this lineup in Rays League, and so we've given him what we call the producer exemptions. He's
Yep.
running through them like I'm running through money on this podcast, and and you got what 3 left now?
3 left.
So we put Derrick Henry in over the Fournette Hill combo that we had. So now you got to give me. Do you want me to take Sanders out, or do you want to leave Sanders in? What do you want to do?
How much is Sanders?
4,900.
Well, with Marvin. Okay, so are we not going with Marvin Jones?
See. Okay, you're starting to think. We'll go back to Marvin Jones.
Nobody's showing up.
The
Did the podcast crash?
podcast just died.
It's over. So now we're just doing it for our own pleasure.
And now we need to just finish this goddamn lineup. Knox isn't that either.
Oh, I think this is what happened. Yeah, Matthew kicked the video.
Of course I did. So has it been going the whole time? We just couldn't see it?
They can still hear your audio.
Okay, well,
Okay.
sorry people. We're learning. I kicked the cord.
So we good?
Right, it's all good. Man. You just have to switch or put Matt back on.
Next week is the perfection week.
We're gonna get that perfect show.
Next week
I
is the
promise. We're gonna have the GoPro charge. We're gonna have that shot. We're gonna get it. I promise. While so did we lose him to the bathroom? This is a first.
He's just disgusted with our plays.
Hey, Jared from the bathroom. I put Marvin Jones in. We can get Knox in. We can get Cephas. We can get Tanyan. We can get
The
Higgins.
only people I can show are Julio and the iPad.
Well, I mean, let's just roll with it.
It's fine.
We're gonna finish. It's just wow. We're gonna have to order that new computer.
Let me look at Cephas. I just.
Who should we start for Michael Pittman, Damian Harris, or Jacoby Myers? I love Damian Harris against Houston this week. Pyatt. Should I drop Gaskin for out? We talked about that one. We're waiting for Jared in the bathroom. Wow. seltzers do a thing to your body, man.
They do.
Golly.
What price range are we looking at? 4,300.
We are in the 4,300 range. It's mostly tight ends, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and I don't feel comfortable playing two sort of okay tight ends.
Yeah.
Like one in the flex. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're throwing a lot of darts.
Yeah, and I think anytime you're in this lower range here, you're getting a little darty.
Like Gesicki has been sneaky good the last couple weeks.
Gesicki's been sneaky good. Tanyan is due a big game. Knox has been scoring at 14 points per game, basically. Schultz is right out there. If we could talk him into Jacksonville defense, he could go. But you're right, it is mostly tight ends.
I don't know. I don't love it.
Yeah.
So what we need to take Marvin Jones out, right? So get a little savings and then come up with two players that we like a little
Okay,
bit.
so
Like,
who's going to go? Williams.
We'd have to turn
God,
it off.
I don't want to play Henry.
we just got to do this to get through this lineup for the show lineup.
So we got Burrow, Williams, Henry, Adams, Chase, Zuma, Washington
Washington D.
football team. And then
How we
got two
doing,
spots.
Jared? How we doing on finishing up the show here?
Doing good. We lost connection to my camera, your camera, because it got unplugged. So we got Juice and the iPad. That's what we got now.
To finish it off?
Yeah, to finish it off.
Okay, let's finish this lineup off. We'll be quick. Juice, you're going to be the star here. Take us home. As Julio has noted, he is not in love with this lineup because he's not a Derrick Henry guy.
there's two guys that we could, I don't know, like get your opinions on. Randall Cobb came out was like Lazarus resurrected last week.
I do like Randall Cobb this week.
Had 6 targets, caught 5 balls, 2 touchdowns. Don't expect the 2 touchdowns, but 6 targets for 4K
And then we could go Robinson.
is not
or
bad.
we could go Hubbard.
Kadarius Toney also is 4,000 with the Giants. I don't love it as much with Shepard possibly being back. But I don't know. Maybe we could throw Randall Cobb in. And
I like
see what
Cobb
that
with
look-
Hubbard at the flex against Philadelphia. I think Hubbard's going to get more and more comfortable
well,
in the
I think McCaffrey might be back.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
But
We could go
I'm not-
James Robinson.
I don't want to do. I don't want to play James Robinson if we're playing Derrick Henry.
Dueling running backs is tough.
It's not an optimal build. Devontae Smith, maybe 5,900.
I like it.
I like Devontae Smith.
Well, then you're-
Hollywood Brown, 5,800.
So we're going to go Cobb, Devontae Smith.
We could here's something else.
Okay.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire could be a good pivot off of that game Sunday.
I agree.
Because I think a lot of people are going to be on that game, and I don't think a lot of people will play
How much is
Edwards
Hilaire?
Helaire. He's 5,700.
We would have to go way down, though, off of Cobb, right?
What do you mean?
To
I've got 6K left over.
Oh, no, he does fit.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like that play. You like that play?
Yeah, I like that play.
He's like, did Derrick Henry get in the lineup? Yeah, I love that play.
Yeah. We have just more questions in chat. There's more coming in.
I mean, we've also even freed up a little bit
I
more
answered
money.
some while you were in the bathroom.
We've even freed up more money at defense if we want to look at that.
We did free up some more money in defense, and that we could go.
So just to be sure, the wide receiver spot that you guys went with was Cobb, and then
Edwards-Helaire.
God, we're really stacking that game.
Ooh,
which is kind of
Edwards-Helaire.
I do like that game, though. I think
No, I'm saying we're really stacking the Green Bay Cincinnati game.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a high-scoring game. So what
I
defense?
feel like that's great.
What defense do we finish this bad boy off with?
We could stick with Washington. I mean, I
think-
don't mind leaving a little bit of money on the table.
Yeah, it makes you different than everyone else because everyone else is thinking the same thing. Like, I need to spend all my money. So if you can leave a little money in your lineup, you are different than most people out there.
I think our lineup is going to be different anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with this. I'm much better with this than I was before Jared went into the restroom.
I couldn't hold it anymore.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I-
Sounded like
yeah,
Niagara
it's all
Falls.
good.
Literally, it sounded like you
It's been like 20 minutes.
It was literally a live stream.
Yes. You were streaming a live.
I was. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
guys. Sorry
I'm
about
sorry.
the
No, you're
technical
good, man.
difficulties, everybody. We're trying to get this down. I kicked a wire that caused everything.
Yeah,
We
well,
have we have another question though.
I answered that question.
Well, you answered this one. Who should I start at flex?
I said Damian Harris against Houston is a great spot for him. I think he could have 2 touchdowns.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. Damian Harris. Yeah.
So, wow, I'm excited for the Cuz and J Master J start sit question show. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna be just a
It's fun.
chat full of them.
I seriously, the timing could not be more ironic.
You better buy a lot more seltzers.
So yeah, right. Okay, well, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're still shooting for the perfect show. Man, we got close in week 2. I thought the volume, Julio's volume.
Yeah.
We had all the shots. Anyway, we're gonna all be in studio next week, so we got some time. Emmy had a big announcement that she's moving to Dallas and found a place, right?
What?
But
Amy's camera
Yes.
might still work, I think.
I am moving to Dallas.
but
I'll
you're
still be around.
As of when?
she's a dedicated employee.
Starting in November.
But she's luckily she's a flight attendant and her family still lives here, so she'll be
okay.
here on Thursdays, I'm
Yep.
assuming, or
Sweet.
we're gonna go broke making her paying for her to be here on Thursdays. One or the other.
I think this is just a ploy for a raise.
I know. It's just like, okay, guys, I'm moving to Dallas, so I'm gonna need some real money here.
Yeah, I am.
Savvy.
Yeah.
Savvy.
It was definitely hard finding a place.
There it is. There she is. It's working again.
Yeah, I'm working.
Nice.
I never stopped working.
Well,
Yeah, her camera's straight up the computer. We never have to worry about that.
great. Okay, guys. Well, if anybody wants to dedicate an Apple computer, we'll take one
So let me just say something real quick.
as we conclude the show.
I had my doubts about this, but this lineup's kind of grown on me a little bit.
I like
Good.
that game.
Good.
The game
Yeah,
that we're
I mean-
focusing on, I like that game.
Yeah.
So I like even with Derrick Henry in it.
Even with, I think, look, it's Jacksonville. I get it. He
Yeah.
could absolutely explode.
I
get
get
it.
it. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's like 99% sure he's going to explode this week.
99%.
99%.
now I don't like the lineup.
Oh, God.
99%.
Now he just
sure.
basically gave us the bad juju.
No, there's no bad juju.
99% sure.
There's no bad juju. Derrick Henry's going to kill him. Your buttons
Say
still
it,
work.
Say it one more time.
99% sure that Derrick Henry's going to kill
Okay. Good. I had got to use that button.
One last observation about this.
I like it.
I love that we have Edwards Hilaire in the flex spot, and we have a little bit of money left over because we could always make like a late pivot
Off
if
of Henry.
off of Hilaire if we need to like get a little different in our lineup.
I
We
like
can
it.
make a late switch.
I like it too.
I do like that.
Okay, well, we went a little over. We had a little technical difficulties. We I don't know how far we went over, but I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed Julio being back.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I
I'm glad
enjoy
it's
that
good.
Emmy
a lot
no
of
longer
fun.
looks like she's in a jail cell.
Yeah.
That's nice. She's got sparkly foam back there. And Emmy, you got any last words before we send the people off?
No, I don't think I do.
The Emmy Nation and the Juice Nation are
It'll be our biggest selling points.
Are
I'm
growing.
just fired
Two
up
of
about
us.
all the questions we got in the chat, dude.
Dude,
That's,
don't believe for a second. That's so. Jared,
Did you see me typing things when these questions
mean,
came in?
this
How
is
many
literally,
burner,
crazy.
literally walked
How many
in the
burner
studio-
accounts do you think I have?
Studio today and
Wow.
said,
This
"Hey,
is
we
multiple people.
We should do a season-long start sit show,
there goes our rating.
start sit show with waiver wire advice. I think we have we've got a segment for the start shit show.
The start shit show. That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
I like
that segment. Okay, you guys ready for me? You guys ready to do some head bobbing?
Yeah, it's gonna be Juice and Emmy.
Okay, I want Emmy and Juice head bopping contest. Here we go. We'll see you guys next week. What is it? Week 5. We're out of here.
We're at week 5 NFL.
Thank
yeah.
you, Vass. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brett, for winning this week. Thank you, Ray, for having a league. Thank you, Gardy, for being here last week. Thank you, Juice, for being back. Thank you, everybody who participates in this. I'm enjoying it very much this year, and we're about to kill it sometime. We're going to nail it. Not
This week.
Not this week.
This week.
Next
This
week.
week.
Lineup
Well,
we're going to
we're-
kill.
Oh, for the
Lineup we're gonna kill.
stream for the stream next week. Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for me to hit this button? We
Let's
ready?
hit it.
Okay, head bobbing contest. Here we come.
We could all get one shot too.
That's right.